Hello there, YouTubers. Just wanted to take a minute and show you some of the stuff I picked up here recently on eBay. Haven't made a video in a long time, so I had some time today, and I thought, I'll just make a YouTube video there and throw it up. So basically what we got today is I got a couple CGC books. I don't usually get many CGC books because they're out of my price range, but occasionally I'll happen onto an auction, or I'll just be messing around on eBay and I'll see something and I'll look into it. These are by no means rare or valuable books, but I liked the art and they were CGC'd and they were the right price, so I grabbed them. The first one is a 9.8 CGC Captain America number 50. That cover just jumped out at me. I usually collect what I like and visually what I like, and if something just jumps out at me, I don't care what it is. You know, I'm usually a Marvel guy, honestly. Like Hippie says, make mine Marvel, enough said. I enjoy the DC universe. I'm not going to get so picky that I'm going to, disallow, my choice in comics or media just based on a company, but I'm more of a Marvel guy. So the first one I got, like I said, was Captain America number 50, 9.8. The next one I want to show you is Thor number 3, CGC graded, 9.8. Just once again, the cover, if you can see it there, I do this on my Android phone, so it might not be the best quality, and I'm sorry for that. The cover just jumped out at me. So I was lucky enough to bid on this one, and I won it. CGC 9.8, Thor number 3. It's just an awesome, awesome cover. That's all I can say about that. Got a few other pickups I got on eBay. Really glad I found this Alan Moore, Curt Swan, Superman, Whatever Happened to the Man of Tomorrow. It's the deluxe edition. I was really glad I won this. Anything that's got Curt Swan art and Alan Moore, I mean, you just can't go wrong there. I mean, come on. And it's got that real comic book texture feel to the pages, not the slick stuff. I'm not even going to get started on what I think about the slick, glossy, high gloss comic book paper. It's just, I'm not even going to go there. That's it. Picked up a few trade paperbacks. I'd been wanting Civil War and trade paperback for a long time. Picked that up. This Secret Wars trade paperback, I was glad to pick it up. Secret Wars was that event back in the 80s that really got me into collecting comics. I mean, a little bit more hardcore than just your average collector. So I was glad to pick this up. I can remember sitting in study hall and putting a comic book in between a textbook, looking like I was studying and reading The Amazing Spider-Man and Captain America and Daredevil, and it's just good memories. And I think that's one of the reasons why, after 15 years of being out of comic book collecting, I kind of hit my midlife comic book crisis when I turned 40 last year and started checking eBay and yard sales and other auctions and stuff, and it just takes me back to a simpler time. I don't want to say better time, because I'm not saying it was better, because I'm just saying it was simpler, and I was a little more naive then. So anyway, that's just one of the things. Comic books transport me back to a time when life just seemed a lot easier. I also picked up this Wolverine book. Sorry about the lapse there. I had a minor brain fart. By Chris Claremont and Frank Miller, hardback. I already had this in softback, but I like hardbacks. I like the trade paperbacks, but There's just something about the way a hardback with the dust jacket and everything is set up the way it is. This collects Wolverines number 1 through 4 and Uncanny X-Men 172 and 173. So I just had to grab it and pick it up. It was a no-brainer for me. Especially with the new Wolverine movie coming out. I've heard rumors that it's going to be based on that run. I'm not 100% positive on that, so don't quote me on that, but that's just things I've heard from people. I also picked up this little book, Was Superman a Spy? And I've had this one for a couple months now and just got finished reading it. The title, Was Superman a Spy? And Other Comic Book Legends Revealed. And this is just an awesome little book. The author is Brian Cronin. It just has a lot of cool pop culture and comic book legends and, things that, you hear about, you're not sure about, and this kind of sets the story straight, and gives you an idea of some of the things that went on behind the scenes to make comic books what they are today. Some of the things that, a lot of people might not realize. And it says, Was Superman a Spy? Demystifies all of the interesting stories, unbelievable anecdotes, wacky rumors, and persistent myths that have piled up like priceless back issues in the 70-plus years of the comic book industry. So, like true or false, it says, Stan Lee featured a gay character in one of Marvel's 1960s war comics. Wolverine of the X-Men was originally meant to be an actual Wolverine, and what would have been DC Comics' first black superhero was changed at the last moment to a white hero. Scandalous. But anyway, it's a good book, and if you can find this book, you'll get a lot of enjoyment out of it. I'm serious. I highly recommend this book, Was Superman a Spy? Well, that's it for me. Signing off. Follow me on Twitter. I'm on Twitter at Capes and Cloaks, and there's a great community of people on Twitter in the comic book world. You can get in contact with a lot of your artists, your writers, letterers, people, you can get the inside scoop on what's going on, in real time on Twitter. So, till I talk to you later. Bye.